Hello and welcome back to my channel. Now, a couple weeks ago, I posted on my blog um, about Google Sites. And last year, I started using Google Sites as a one-stop shop, and I started using it in the beginning of the year before we were all overnight distance learning teachers. So I started using it to communicate with my parents, and I wanted to go paperless. I did not want to send a weekly newsletter that I had to print. I wanted everything in one spot where parents could revisit it over and over as they needed to. So I'm just going to show you today a little bit of how I used it as a one-stop shop for parents, and then also how it kind of morphed into a learning hub for the students, as well as a one-stop shop informational place for the parents. So I think you could do it either way, and maybe you'll decide it's not for you and you have a different platform you want to use, and that's great too. So let's take a look and you can see what you think. Okay, go ahead and open up a new Google site. If you don't know how to do this, go up to your browser, type in sites.new. You can also go up here to your waffle, open it up, and go to sites right there. Here we are on a new site, and this is just super basic. I suggest starting very basic and simple, and as you get used to it, you can play with it a little bit. And so let me toggle back to show you. This is one of the sites that I've made for a learning hub at our school. And then here is my personal site. And it looks very different than my site last year, which I just like to change it up. Okay, so you're going to give this page a title. This can be welcome, or it could be your class name. Up here in the top left is where you want to add your site name. So I might put Mrs. Mitchell's class. You can also change this background to make it unique. So right here, I can change the image. I can upload an image I already have, or I can select an image within Google search. So sometimes I just like to go here and I like to search for like background. Now, if you like a wood background, you could say wood background. You can do a specific color. Maybe you like this rainbow. Let's just select that. Okay. Now you'll notice over here, this little icon, it adjusts it for readability. So if I don't like how it adjusts it, then I can adjust it back like this myself. But it will automatically adjust it, and you can click this to change that adjustment. Okay, now you're ready to start adding to your site. If you want this to be a one-stop shop newsletter, you might want to keep everything on the home page. So for example, you might start with these layouts that they already give you. Boom, put those in there. If you know you need a couple things like this one could maybe be reminders. Think about building like a newsletter, what you would put here. And then you just add your image here. I can upload something I already have. Maybe I want to use this Bitmoji that I already have, okay? You can crop, make things bigger, smaller, move it around in the bar right here. Oh, maybe I'll do it without the light bulb. Okay, reminders. You can also change the background color with these. So they will give you 3 options. You can also put a picture for your background. I'm not going to do that because I put a picture here. But if we go back over here to the right, notice how we're on insert. This is where you're putting different things onto your page. But if I click pages, this will show me all the pages I've created for my site. And if I go to themes, this is where I can play with this theme that I have going on. Maybe I want it pink, okay? And then you can change the font style. See how they're both changing as I do that. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. Now you can click through and try them all out. And then whichever one you like, stick with and go with that. Oh, that's kind of pretty with the bright yellow. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this one for right now. I just want to check the other fonts. Okay, I'm going to stick with that layout. And then I'm going to start adding the other items that I want. Now I can go here and I can upload an icon if I want that will take my students to one of their learning sites. So these are ones that I've already downloaded images that I have. So I can take my students to Seesaw. Now you can drag and change the size of these. They just give you a standard size, and you can shrink these, make them bigger. You can even delete them if you then decide you only want 2 boxes there. I'm going to go back to insert, so I have all my tools over here. Down here, I'm just going to say class Seesaw site, so they know this will link them over. Okay, so I want to show you just a couple features here that you may or may not want to use. And so this is my new site for this year. And what I did is I added these buttons on the front, which actually are just images I created, and I linked them to the pages I would like them to go to. So up here are all my pages. I have my home page, which has these very important buttons. And then I have a reading and a math Bitmoji page, which will be extras for my students. So if my students finish all their work for the week and they're looking for something else fun and interesting to do, they can go click on my Bitmoji page and find lots of cool things like read alouds. That's all that's on my home page. Then I have the blog page, which it links to my students' blog that they have in Seesaw. And that is the only thing on that page. I have a birthdays tab, and that's our birthday calendar, so they can see when their birthday and their friends' birthdays are. And what's cool about this is I linked it to a Google document. So as the students create digital birthday cards for their friends, I can add them to that slideshow, and they can actually click through all of them. Then I have a news tab, and this will be our weekly newsletter. That's the only thing in that tab. Web links, so favorite sites that we enjoy going to, like CodeSpark Academy, will be there. Our weekly schedule has its own page, and then parent portal. And then this would be everything I want parents to keep track of. A form I want them to complete is right here. There's the welcome back slideshow. Here is a guide to how to use Seesaw, how to support your child with writing at home. Here's a meet the teacher. And then that's a calendar which I can add to for parents, reminders and notices. And as I add them in Google, it will automatically add it as they link to this calendar. So those are all the pages that I created. And what I did here on the front, so you'll see this one says Parent Portal. So if you click that one, see it's going to go right to Parent Portal. Let me show you how to do this. So you add an image. You're going to add your image. If I go to link, it gives me the option to link to any of my pages I've already created, which is really awesome because I don't have to go copy and paste the URL. So I just click, yes, I want it to go right to the parent portal. So that's really cool. So any image you add, if you hit the link button, you can link it. Let me show you again, to any page you've already created. So this one was our blog. So I'm going to link it to the blog, hit apply. Now, all you have to do is click that button and it takes you to the blog page. Hit the parent portal button, takes you to the parent portal. I've seen some teachers create a student portal and a parent portal, and then nothing else is on their home page. And then from there, they can go to the correct pages. This one will take my students directly to our Seesaw account. Okay, one other page I want to show you. This was my page from last year. What I did here was I added the drop-down menus. So every week I added our new schedule, but I left the old ones on there in case they had information the parents needed. And then when they click out, it disappears. That way it doesn't overwhelm the page. So if you're looking to add one of those in your insert, collapsible text, okay? So if I add that, it gives me the title, and then I can go down here and I can type a paragraph, I could type links, and then you can hyperlink what you type to go to a different page if you want to use it that way. So that is a really good option for if you need to add lots of stuff, but you don't want it to take up lots of space. And then let me show you, if I want to drag this over here, I could have more than one drop down in a row, and then I can just resize them. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe down below for more like this, and look for my video on making your own buttons that I showed you from my site, and more features like that. Okay, so here's some little tips if you're going to create your Google site. Remember to start with purpose. Think about what you want to use it for. Keep it super simple, publish it, and stay connected. Good luck!